Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video, which is a really fun one. I was tagged by one of my favorite people on this platform, Karima McKimmy. If you have not watched her channel, her videos, highly recommend checking her out. She just does the most beautiful, concise makeup videos, so informative. I absolutely love her, and we've been internet friends for a very long time. When she tagged me on Instagram to do this, I knew that I just had to do it. So yeah, today I'm going to share with you my favorite single shadows, my favorite shadows for just that one and done look. And definitely recommend checking out her video. She definitely takes a lot more risks with her makeup, which I absolutely love. Item number one is a MAC shadow. Obviously had to add a MAC single shadow to the mix, and its texture, it's just so easy, and I very rarely actually wear this eyeshadow with other stuff. It makes a beautiful transition color as well, but most of the time I wear this by itself and I absolutely love it, especially in the summertime. I just take a fluffy brush, and all the eyeshadows except for one were applied with this type of brush. This is a MAC 217 brush. Anyway, texture is beautiful. It's just a warm brown with a slight sheen to it. It's almost kind of peachy, and it's a beautiful single shadow for me no matter the season. In the summertime, I love to wear it with like a peachy pink lip, and the winter time it looks really nice with a red lip and a winged liner, that classic Christmas type of makeup look. Next up, we have a Tom Ford cream shadow. It's the Tom Ford Emotion Proof eyeshadow in the color Abyssinian. And the Emotion Proof line from Tom Ford is very similar to the MAC paint pots. They're all owned by Estee Lauder, so they're probably made in the same factory, but it is just a gorgeous, warm brown with a really beautiful yellow undertone. Well, it looks amazing layered with a metallic shimmery bronze in the summertime, or you can wear it by itself if you just sheer it out, just do a nice little cloud of color around the eyes for the kind of like that grungy Mary-Kate and Ashley kind of vibe. And this eyeshadow formula is very long wearing, and I get zero creasing, zero issues with it, and I don't have to wear a primer. Usually I have to wear an eyeshadow primer because my eyelids are quite oily and I do experience some creasing, and my favorite eyeshadow primer has always been the Urban Decay Primer Potion, if you care, but this, I don't need to use an eyeshadow primer with it. Next up, we have a single shadow from Lise Watier. Lise Watier is a wonderful Canadian makeup brand. This is my favorite color, and it's called Loafer. Loafer is such a beautiful color. It doesn't look very appealing in the pan, but it just does something magical when you blend it in. It kind of gets a bit of warmth on my skin tone, at least. It kind of picks up a bit of warmth, and it just ends up looking really flattering. It doesn't look, I don't know, it looks like it would be ashy when you look at it in the pan, but there's a lot more depth to it. It's like a really beautiful dusty rosy mauve, and Pepper agrees. It's one of her favorites as well. Again, it's the type of eyeshadow that works really well as a crease color or a transition color in a more complex makeup look, but I just really love wearing it by itself. The next eyeshadow product is a contested formula. A lot of people hate this. I like it. I like this color in particular. This is the color Valley, and it's the Glossier Skywash. And when these launched, they were very highly critiqued because I mean Glossier kind of likes to toot their own horn, and I think a lot of the times they make their products sound a little bit loftier than they really are. But this I was not disappointed by, because you know, when you read the brief, it's a sheer matte liquid eyeshadow, so that's kind of what I expected. I didn't expect a lot of pigment. I didn't expect an intense application, and that's what it is. It's a sheer matte veil of color. I like this color, especially when I'm doing a monochromatic look. It's such a beautiful peach look, and this formula can be a bit finicky to apply. This is actually the only eyeshadow that I did not apply with a MAC 217. I use this brush. What is it? Where is it? It's a Luxie. Here it is. This is what I use. It's a Luxie 229 crease brush. I liken this to a soft watercolor. You know, if you've ever worked with watercolors, you will know that it's not a very consistent veil of color. It's a sheer veil of color, but you know, in some parts it's a little bit more pigmented than others. This is very much like that. Once this sets, it's matte and it will not go anywhere. Again, this is another product that I don't need to use an eyeshadow primer with. It will just go on and on and on. Next up, we have this Shantikai eyeshadow in the color Starfish, and it's one of their mermaid eye colors. This is a really beautiful cream to powder type of eyeshadow formula with a really beautiful lasting power, beautiful application. It's so easy to work with. You can really easily get a nice soft wash of color if you're just using a fluffy brush, or you can get a more dramatic look if you just dip your finger in there and then apply an extra layer on your actual eyelid for more of a dramatic pop. And it's a beautiful multi-dimensional shade. It's got some mauve, some taupe, some rose in there. If you like the Burberry eye color cream in the shade Pink Heather, which was one of my favorites for many years, sadly that has been discontinued. This reminds me of that. It's certainly in the same color family, but this is even better. It's a bit more multi-dimensional. Next up, we have another old-time favorite of mine. If you are not a stranger to my channel, you will know this. It's the Giorgio Armani eye tint in color number 11, Rose Ashes. Now, the Giorgio Armani eye tints are, I think they are my favorite cream / liquid eyeshadow formula of all time. They are just so easy to work with, and they're not the most pigmented thing in the world, but you can layer them up, and they're just a joy to work with. I absolutely love it. With fingers, with a brush, the wand applicator is great too. It's very much a low maintenance type of product, and this is a color that I've had for a long time, but they recently reformulated and repackaged these last year. So my old one used to be in like a skinnier tube, very similar to their lip product packaging. It was like in a skinny tube with a silver lid like this. But last year they reformulated them, and they're now in these shorter, chubby components, and they claim to have changed the formula, but honestly, I don't see a difference in the formula, which is a good thing, because I was kind of nervous that they would adjust the formula a bit. Rose Ashes is hands down my favorite one. Honorable mention goes to Rose Gold and Camel Smoke. Camel Smoke is a matte color, and it's color number 23. That's the one Anna from the Anna Edit always wears. I used to have that in the old packaging. I keep meaning to repurchase it in the new packaging, but it's perpetually sold out at Sephora. So that's a really good matte brown. This is the type of color that I liken as a My Eyelids But Better color. It is very subtle, but it does make a difference. It has such a beautiful, interesting duochrome. It's like a pink, and I absolutely love it. Next up, we have a slightly more dramatic option from Giorgio Armani. This is the Eyes to Kill Stellar, and this is in the color Halo, which is a really beautiful, silvery, metallic, taupey shade. And again, I love this because you can wear it really sheared out with a fluffy brush, or you can get more impact if you apply with fingers or with a more dense brush. So if I'm just doing a one and done eye look with this, I will use a fluffy brush to do kind of a cloud of color all over the eye, and then I just dip my finger in for a more dramatic color deposit on my eyelids. It's really beautiful, and this formula is really bouncy. It kind of reminds me of the old Chanel Illusion d'Ombre eyeshadow formula, whereas it's just like a moussey cream to powder type of texture. It's interesting, and it performs really well. I never get fallout with it or anything, but because I do have quite oily eyelids, I do like to wear an eyeshadow primer underneath. It's the eyeshadow that I'm wearing today, and it's a Caviar Stick by Laura Mercier, and it's in the color Metallic Taupe. It is so beautiful. This is a wonderful color to use on the inner corner, or to just wear all over the eyes for that wet type of eyelid look. You can wear it really sheer for just a hint of glossy type of look on the eye, or you can build it up like I did today. I absolutely love it, and my favorite way of applying it is actually applying it on the back of my hand first, and then using that as a bouncing board to kind of work it into my finger, and then just really shear it out all over my eye area. And then if I want more impact, I can take the stick and just kind of draw a little line just on the center of my eyelid for that spotlight effect. That's what I did today, and adore this. This is such a cool color. And now a brief moment of silence as we enter the eyeshadow graveyard. Two discontinued favorites that I love too much not to give a shout out to, and I have alternatives for you for each of them. The first is Gold Copper by Burberry. It's another one of their eye color cream formulas, and this is a longtime favorite of mine. I love it. It's just so easy. Slap it on. Works with so many different lip colors. And Chanel Ombre Premier in the color Undertone is my most suggested alternative. So if you're interested in this, I would recommend checking that one out. Then next we have Gucci Oxidus. This is from the old Gucci Beauty when Pat McGrath was creative director of the line. And I wore this in a video over the summer, and I had so many questions asking what was on my eyes. This was it. I didn't get to swatch this on my eyes because by the time I was done my swatch party for the day, my eyes were just literally in pain. I couldn't stand doing another eye swatch. And since you can't get this anyway, and one of you actually said that Surratt Hot Chocolate is very, very similar. Not sure what's happening with the Surratt Beauty line. I don't know if the eyeshadows are also getting discontinued. I've seen a couple of retailers that still had the Surratt Hot Chocolate on hand, so if you want to check it out, you might want to get your hands on it while you can. You can very easily achieve the same look with other colors. Maybe not just a one and done, but it's not like a unique color by any means, but I love it. I love it nonetheless, and it definitely has a place in my top 10. And that's it. That concludes my one and done eyeshadow favorites. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your current favorite one and done eyeshadow is in the comment section below. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.